On Friday, May 17th, CNN releases a video depicting Sean Diddy Combs horrifically beating Cassandra Cassie Ventura in a hotel elevator lobby. This disturbing video proves beyond any doubt that Diddy's denial of the allegations against him were nothing more than a web of lies. Former friends of Diddy's, as well as rivals, have provided their insight into the video, and legal experts have weighed in on what's next for the media mogul. Welcome to Exposed. Scandalous Files of the Elite. The surveillance video surfaces. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Exposed Scandalous Files of the Elite. I'm Jim Chapman, your host, and look, I had a completely different episode I was going to drop today. I just finished my research on that, and here comes Sean P. Diddy Combs again. So we're going to tell you all about the latest major update in the Sean P. Diddy Combs saga occurring on Friday. But I do want to tell you I have an episode upcoming that would have been dropped today were it not for that update on Sean P. Diddy Combs, and that is on Kevin Spacey, who has some crazy allegations. He's been fighting court cases for the past couple of years. We're going to catch you up on all that in an upcoming episode, but we have covered Diddy since the beginning. As a matter of fact, we may have been the first podcast, believe it or not, to cover the Sean Diddy Combs saga. So what's happened since Friday? Well, Friday, a surveillance video obtained by CNN was released. This video released by CNN showed music mogul Sean P. Diddy Combs assaulting his ex-girlfriend Cassie in a 2016 hotel attack. And if you'll remember, in a prior episode, that exact situation was one of the allegations I covered from the original civil suit filed by Cassandra Ventura, known as Cassie. So this video was from that incident, which occurred in March of 2016. There are multiple angles in that video that capture this incident. Now, he previously denied these allegations. As a matter of fact, he called them sickening. And that was shortly after he settled the lawsuit with Cassie, which, if you'll remember, was a day after she filed that civil suit. And he said at that time through his attorney that the fact that he settled was in no way an admission of any wrongdoing. Well, we got a video now. And that video was captured in a hotel hallway, and it showed Combs in a towel. He had no shirt on. He walks up behind a woman near an elevator, that woman being Cassie, and grabs her, throws her to the ground, and then kicks her twice. And I'm talking full-on soccer-style kicks, y'all. He then begins dragging Cassie by her hooded sweatshirt while she is on the ground through the hallway as she tries to fight him off. And then later on in the video, you see him throw what appears to be a vase at her, just like she described in the civil suit. Now, let me tell you something. I posted this video on the Facebook page for Exposed. If you're not following it, go follow it. We provide a lot of updates there. It is horrific. I even debated whether I was going to post it. It is that horrific, but at the end of the day, it's real life. It really happened to this lady, and it shows what a monster Sean Combs is. So you can go check that out if you're so inclined. You do see at one point that Cassie picks up her phone while Combs is out of view of the camera, and that's when Combs grabs that vase. It's just very disturbing and it's very difficult to watch. Now, here it is. Concrete evidence, right? Concrete evidence that Diddy did all these things to Cassie that she reported. And this is definitely a crime. There's no doubt about it. He beat the shit out of her. Just right there on that video. Just what the video shows. As you know, in the civil lawsuits, there's a lot more to it than just that. But that alone, major assault. Well, a lot of people were wondering, here comes the arrest, right? Well, shortly after that video comes out, a statement was released by the Los Angeles DA's office, and here's what it said. We are aware the video that has been circulating online depicting Sean Combs assaulting a young woman in Los Angeles. We find the images extremely disturbing and difficult to watch. If the conduct depicted occurred in 2016, unfortunately, we would be unable to charge as the conduct would have occurred beyond the timeline where a crime of assault can be prosecuted. As of today, law enforcement has not presented a case related to the attack depicted in the video against Mr. Combs, but we encourage anyone who has been a victim or witness to a crime to report it to law enforcement or reach out to our office for support from our Bureau of Victim Services. And that was from the LA County District Attorney's Office, May 17th, 2024. So that's right. No crime criminally can be charged. Now, Tracy Walder, she was a former CIA and FBI special agent. She's also someone on Fox that they refer to a lot and talk to a lot when they have cases like this. She shared that Combs never expected the video to get out and cited it as the reason why the rapper settled so quickly with his ex-girlfriend Cassandra Ventura in 2023. It's very upsetting that this has exceeded the statute of limitations. It does depend on what the charge could be, but it can range from 1 to 3 years. Felony assaults in California have a statute of limitations of 3 years. Since this stemmed from a 2016 incident, she wouldn't be able to file assault or battery charges in Los Angeles. That, for lack of a better word, sucks. It is absolutely infuriating when you see this video. Now, if you'll remember, in a prior episode, I told you about a $50,000 payment that Diddy made to a hotel to get the original copy of that video. Well, guess what? This is the video. The joke was on Diddy. He didn't have the original copy. Somebody else did, and somebody leaked that copy to CNN. Good for them. You know, the fact that that hotel took money, there ought to be and I would imagine it's coming, a conglomerate of charges against them. That's a crime. What he was doing, beating the shit out of that poor woman, that is a crime. I am appalled that hotel took money for that. They ought to prosecute that hotel to the highest extent of the law for that. Disgusting. They ought to shut that fucking hotel down. I cannot believe that occurred. And then, at least as of now I'm sure, I'm telling you, mark my words, I've been right about a lot of this in this case. That hotel's going down. That's bullshit. I'm sorry, but it infuriates me. They should have turned that over to the police that day. So get this. On Sunday, Diddy comes out and he admits that he beat his ex-girlfriend in a hotel hallway in 2016. Of course, this is after that video is released. And he said he was truly sorry and his actions were unexcusable. He released this video on Instagram. And here's that full video statement by Diddy himself and what it sounded like. Here's that clip.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life, but sometimes you gotta do that. I was fucked up. I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
To me, that sounds like bullshit. In the comments of someone who has denied all of this shit the whole time until he could not deny it anymore because of a video that has surfaced. That's the only reason he's sorry, y'all. Believe that. That's the only reason he's sorry. Disgusting. He's lying. He is a liar. Don't believe the hype. Don't let this man sell you wolf tickets. He's been to rehab, he says. He's been to counseling, he says. Funny, none of that was mentioned before this. None of that was mentioned before this video came out. As a matter of fact, he lied through his teeth for years about this. Now that the proof's out there, you're sorry. You made a mistake. You've been to counseling. You've done all these things. Come on, man. So as you would imagine, a lot of people have come out, a lot of them that were close to Diddy, and they said what they thought of the video after watching it. And just like the reaction of those of us who didn't know Diddy, I'm sure the people that were in his inner circle, if they believed even one iota of his bullshit, well, they're coming out now and they don't like it. Now, 50 Cent, who was no friend of Diddy, don't get me wrong, he posted on X and he said, now I'm pretty sure Puffy didn't do it. He is innocent. This proves nothing. And then he says, this is what the lawyers are going to say. God help us all. Now, 50 and Diddy, as I've covered in prior episodes, they're not friends, and 50 absolutely loves to troll Diddy, and he's been messing with him forever. So I knew this was coming, but he nailed it. That's exactly what Diddy's lawyers are going to say, but a video changes everything. Then there's Gene Deal. Now, Gene Deal was not only a friend of Diddy's, he was his former bodyguard. They were thick as thieves, tight. And he goes on the Art of Dialogue podcast. And he offers his thoughts, including that he believes Diddy is going to commit suicide over this due to his high level of narcissism. And y'all, when you're someone like Diddy and you're as narcissistic as he is, and every action he has done up to this point shows an extremely high level of narcissism, when you're Diddy, you can't deal with the public thinking or knowing, in this case, that you're a piece of shit. You can't handle it. And so Gene Deal's point here is that he's going to kill himself over that. And he also offers up some other information that may shock you involving Diddy. So I'm going to play that clip. Here's what that sounded like on the Art of Dialogue podcast. This is Gene Deal, who is Diddy's former bodyguard.
Do you think Diddy can come back from this? Because a lot of people saying it's over for him. Oh, it is over for him. Come back to where? To be in the entertainment business? Listen to me, man. And I don't want to bring this guy's story up because it's old. And I know he's trying to live past it, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. Ray Rice, his wife, spit in his face. And he did what he did on that elevator. He ain't played one football game after that. Nowhere that I know of. He may have went overseas and played or something like that. I don't know that to be true. But he didn't play in the NFL, a hell of a running back. He ain't played not one down in the NFL after that. No endorsements. Nobody's going to have anything to do with old boy. And when they come out with this other stuff, he going to come back to work. I wouldn't be surprised if he do the ultimate sin, is suicide. Because bruh, he's such a narcissistic that he couldn't stand not being somewhere and not being seen. His whole life, his whole career was about him being seen in the public. It was about him, taking everybody else's dreams and making them his. And now, him nor his kids would profit from anything from Bad Boy or Sean Puffy Combs again. His kids is going to suffer behind this.
Wow, man, that's crazy to hear, man. And you knowing Diddy, you think it's a good chance he might take his life?
He was talking about taking his life at the City College thing. Yo, D. Ferg, ASAP Ferg's father, say, yo, man, we got to watch him, man. This nigga talking about killing himself. I say, so let him. If you're that weak, I said, let him. And he said, Eugene, why you say that? I said, man, listen to me, man. He ain't no good to nobody if he talking about hurting himself. His life don't belong to him. His life belong to God. What he should be trying to do right now is work his way towards God now, for real, and not that devil he been worshiping. That those people got him believing, you understand, that's the true God. Because everything from what I know, since I've been around him, everything that's gone forward has been that of the devil. The drugs, the alcohol, the partying, everything has been of the devil. And he's been leading not only himself, our people, into some kind of damnation through his actions.
Yeah, I'm just in disbelief, man. I mean, to see his downfall. I mean, he been on a long run, man. So, to see this is crazy, man. I mean, how long has he been famous?
Nah, so you got to realize he didn't get his fame until after he made that, remember, you got to remember this, Mighty. I said he made the atmosphere for Pac to die. He made the atmosphere for Big to die. He created the atmosphere, you understand, for Suge Knight to go to jail, because that's what came out of his mouth. So that didn't happen. His fame he didn't really come famous until after the death of Tupac and the Notorious Big, brother. So that's like 97. He went on that whole Bad Boy tour with the #1 song in the world, Missing You, where he stole the thing from Sting and the music from Source Money, the lyrics from Source Money. Didn't even want to pay that man his money. Waited all those years to pay that man his money. He was stealing people's dreams, man. He's the cause of a lot of people's death, and people ain't gonna see it the way I see it. But when you steal somebody's dreams, Black Rob probably could have changed his life, probably could have changed the way he thought, probably could have changed the way he was doing business if he wouldn't have stole G-Dep from him. If he would have treated Craig Mack in the correct way and not try to steal his music, use him in the way that he used Craig Mack to catapult the Notorious Big, Craig Mack's life could have been changed. If he would have never set up the atmosphere and had Big out there in California and bringing Big to that party, the Notorious Big life may still be here. If he wasn't trying to put the Bloods against the Crips, well, they was already against each other anyway, but use the Crips, maybe Tupac wouldn't have never had that altercation. But if ands, and buts were candies and nuts, like I always say, Christmas would be every day. And I understand that. But he set up the atmosphere for a lot of people. Wolf set up the atmosphere between him and BMF. Come on, man. They say one day you got to pay the piper. That's why he getting that smoke.
Sauce Money, you brought his name up. He had an issue with Diddy?
For years, Sauce Money is the one who wrote that Missing You, bruh. The number one song for a long, it was a one song on Billboard. I think he did more than Elvis or anybody. Probably Whitney Houston. But Whitney Houston's the only one did like Triple Diamond or something. But that Sauce Money was like the number one song, and that's what catapulted him into stardom. He didn't pay Sauce Money for years. For years. And Sauce Money wouldn't say this, but I know this to be true. He did a diss song on Puff. Sent it to Jay-Z. Jay-Z called Puff and said, yo, my man, you don't want that diss song to come out about you. This is true story. I think Puff sent him $100,000 or something like that. And that was, but that could have been about 8 to 10 years after that came out. You know how much money he made and show money and everything he did on that? It's crazy. But the only person who was getting paid off that was Sting.
So there's that. And not only did Gene Deal come out, not only did 50 Cent come out, how about Stephen A. Smith? Well, Stephen A. Smith lost it in his comments. Here's a very pissed off Stephen A. Smith on the Stephen A. Smith Show giving his thoughts on the video immediately after viewing it.
I wanted to clear right here over these digital airwaves of YouTube that the career of Sean P. Diddy Combs, as we know it, it's over. This shit is over. It's over in the worst possible way, one of the worst possible ways you can imagine. These are the latest developments, okay? Exclusive surveillance video obtained by CNN appears to show the music mogul assaulting his then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura at a hotel in 2016. In the video, Combs can be seen striking and kicking Ventura as she tried to leave. I have the video right in front of me. We can't show it to you. We can't show it to you. But I'm watching this with the sound off as we speak. She's walking down the hallway in a hoodie, y'all, clearly trying to sneak out of the hotel room. We see him come sprinting down the hallway in just a towel. That's it. He goes up to her. He snatches her by the neck, yanks her to the ground. She lays there still. Okay? I'm looking at the video. I'm looking at the video while I'm talking to you. He snatches her by the neck, unless this is some lookalike, unless it's some clone, unless this is somebody That's like from Mission Impossible, like Tom Cruise wearing somebody else's face, looking exactly like them when it ain't them at all. Unless it's something along those lines. This is what we're looking at here. And you see the stills right there in the screen. And I get that. But I'm telling you right now, I'm watching this as we speak. And I've seen this video now because I want to make sure I know what I'm looking at. This is about the 10th time that I looked at it. He runs down, he snatches her by the neck, he yanks her to the ground, she lays still, then he launches a kick towards her like he's kicking a damn field goal, picks up the vase or whatever she had with her, kicks her again, hits her, she lays still, and then after that, he grabs her and drags her down the hallway. And then there's additional video showing him sitting in the hotel room, picking up stuff, throwing it at her. Ladies and gentlemen, I cover sports. Primarily, that's my day job. Remember Ray Rice? Remember what happened? Like 2014 when his girl was in the elevator and she either shoved him or hit him, and then he check left hooked her and hit her and knocked her face into the bar inside the elevator. She hit her head to it, and then she laid on the floor unconscious in the elevator, straight up knocked out. And then after that, he didn't even pick her up and he dragged her out of the elevator. This video, allegedly, supposedly, presumably, seemingly, whatever word's appropriate, with P. Diddy, Sean P. Diddy Combs. This is worse. We saw both videos. We saw the video from Atlantic City with Ray Rice years ago. We saw that many times over. We saw the collateral impact it had on the NFL, the world of sports, and beyond, because it heightened a level of sensitivity towards domestic violence and showed that level of awareness to such a degree that it permeates our thoughts and our minds, hearts to this day and age. In this day. Ladies and gentlemen, this is worse. I'm looking at the video again. This is worse. No wonder he settled the case with Cassie Ventura one day after she had filed a suit against him. One day. No wonder you've heard about so many different allegations when his homes in Los Angeles and Miami were raided by Homeland Security. This is bad. This is so bad, it's hard to put into words. I don't know how P. Diddy recovers from this. I don't know if he can. The only way is if it's proven that video, that's not him. That's not him. This is the only way. There's no other way. There's no other way. No wonder we haven't seen him. Only time you caught him was somebody's doing a video with him at a coffee shop. I mean, at one point in time, we were talking about sex trafficking, those allegations, him being compared to Jeffrey Epstein or whatever. But those are allegations, which he's emphatically denied. This is a video. It's not even a picture. It's a video. You see him sprinting down the hallway. Damn sure look like him. This ain't Mission Impossible. It looked like him. It seems to be him. And if it's proven to be him, and this video is authentic, and we have no reason to believe that CNN, of all places, would air an inauthentic video flagrantly, clearly incriminating P. Diddy. We have no reason to believe otherwise. I think his career's over. This ain't the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, the 60s. Nah. That shit don't fly in this day and age. You can't get away with that. You never should have been able to ever, ever, ever in life. And sure, it shouldn't take a video to speak 10,000 words, but damn it, it does compared to word of mouth or compared to the written word. When you see the video, it's an entirely different connotation that comes with it, a different feeling. I might suspect some shit about you when I hear about it. When I see it, there's no way around this. This ain't funny at all. And yes, that was 2016. Well, you acting like that in 2016. Who's to believe you didn't do it in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023? Why would we believe otherwise? I've had conversations with P. Diddy over the phone. He was an aspiring sports team owner, was interested in purchasing the Charlotte Hornets, being a part of a group that would ultimately buy an NBA team. I'm not faulting anybody, all of these folks with this stupidity, faulting, they're looking for fault at them because they went to a P. Diddy party or whatever. I've gone to a P. Diddy party. I never saw him when I got there. It was so damn crowded. But if somebody tell you that's the place to be and everybody going to the damn party, that don't make you a criminal because you went to the party of somebody who's alleged to be a criminal. Especially when they weren't alleged to be that at the time. What about our team? Seen him at Miami Heat games. Hell, I took a picture with him at a Golden State Warriors NBA Finals game. I ain't know this shit. Not this video that I just finished watching 10 times. 50 Cent walking around, trolling, where's Jay-Z? I don't blame anybody for not wanting to be seen with P. Diddy not right now. Whether it's Jay-Z, whether it's 50, whether it's one of his artists. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that makes you scurry. It makes you run for cover. This ain't words. This ain't sound. This ain't lip service. This ain't articles being written. Nah, this is different. This is worse than Ray Rice. And Ray Rice never played in the National Football League again. Nobody's giving him another chance to play football. His career ended that day that video was released. Now, P. Diddy got money that Ray Rice never had. And with his businesses and what have you, that's fine. But I hope he saved a lot of it. This is bad, y'all. CNN. Breaking news. They got it on video. Breaking news, CNN has obtained footage of Diddy repeatedly beating his then girlfriend Cassie in a hotel hallway. Beat her, kicked her, grabbed her, dragged her, threw stuff at her. Recently he was trying to buy BET. Did you know that? Did you? Did you know recently, Given the Key to the City by Mayor Eric Adams in New York? If I remember correctly, didn't he ring the bell at the New York Stock Exchange one time? I'm not faulting any of those people. You don't know what you don't know. You don't know something like this is coming down the pike. You don't know that there's validity to allegations of some of these egregious acts. Now you start thinking about what Suge Knight said in an interview when he was talking about how Diddy better be careful. They gonna get him because he's been successful all of this time. He knows everybody's secrets. And as a result, you're going to want people want to hide their secrets. He better not end up in jail. That's basically what Suge Knight, I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what he was saying. It's a bad day for hip hop. This is after they invaded P. Diddy's home, March 29th, 2024, according to complex.com. Suge Knight, it's a bad day for hip hop, for the culture. Black people, because if one looks bad, we all look bad. That's definitely not nothing to cheer about. He continued, but I'll tell you what, Puffy, your life is in danger. He says Diddy, who's 54 at the time, knows the secrets. And because of that, they're going to get you if they can. This is from Suge Knight. It's from Suge Knight. This is bad. And I believe in the day and age that we're living in, ain't no coming back from this. You ain't got to worry about nobody coming to his parties. He'd have a tough time with somebody wanting to be seen with him at a Starbucks. Unless it's 60 Minutes or somebody. This is bad. I'm just reporting y'all what I'm saying, and I'm telling you based on what I just saw. Now, this is indefensible. It's indefensible. It's indefensible, period. But especially if you love women. A daughter or daughters, a sister or sisters, a mama, aunts, cousins, colleagues, friends. It don't matter. Inexcusable, indefensible, indefensible. Watch the video. Watch the video. Ain't no way around it. Ain't no way around it. When you saw this video, when you see this video, you know what you're going to wonder? When's he getting arrested? It's 8 years ago. And what he was doing was so bad, it's going to make you say, why his ass ain't arrested? I take no joy in saying this. I'm a fan of P. Diddy's music. I'm a fan of his career. I'm a fan of the great things that he's accomplished. He's always been cool with me when on a rare occasion we cross paths. But I never saw this video. Ain't no coming back from this. Ain't no endorsement deals. Ain't no commercials. I guess in the hip hop industry, anybody got a chance to make another album or whatever, how many people you think gonna buy it? Damn. That's all I have left to say. Damn. Damn.
So that's the breaking news on Diddy that just broke in the last couple of days. And there's even more. In a prior podcast, I told you about his drug mule, a guy by the name of Brendan Paul, getting arrested at a Florida airport. Well, it appears that Brendan Paul has struck a deal. Paul will avoid jail time following that arrest, which occurred in March for cocaine and marijuana possession. The prosecutor actually offered Paul a deal. The 25-year-old has now entered a drug diversion program, and his attorney said Brendan accepted the prosecutor's offer to permit his entry into the diversion program, which, after completion, the case against him will be dismissed in its entirety. Now, representative for the state attorney's office in Miami-Dade, he said this was a standard offer to all nonviolent defendants with no priors. Brendan Paul, even though he was a drug mule, allegedly, he didn't have any prior record. And so this is standard operating procedure, according to the state attorney for Miami-Dade. So he gets off pretty easy on the charges stemming from that arrest. But here's another prediction. More to come for Mr. Paul. I can promise you that. And that's the latest on Diddy. As I told you, I was going to drop a Kevin Spacey exposed episode that, trust me, you're going to want to hear. It's unbelievable. I'll try to get that to you next week, unless something occurs that will take precedent over that, such as more information on Diddy. Now, this is the 4th episode I've had featuring Diddy in this saga that seems to never go away. And there's going to be more. There's going to be criminal charges pending for Diddy soon, I promise you, and I'm going to bring it to you as soon as they occur. This is my prediction. I appreciate each and every one of you listening every week. The messages that I've got this week, just encouraging the show and people telling me how much they like it. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. Please continue to send me messages on cases of the elite, and I will cover them. And until next time, I'm Jim Chapman, your host of Exposed, Scandalous Files of the Elite. Much love.